everybody. We had a little bit of snow on the drive-in this morning, which was very pretty. It actually warmed up over 30 degrees yesterday. I saw people out walking their dogs, running. What do you have in store for us today?
Today's a little bit colder. Yeah, not as, but you know what? The snow is actually going to be coming to an end pretty quickly, so.
Oh, okay.
It shouldn't cause any issues travel-wise. I mean, things are a little bit wet out there this morning, maybe some dustings, but that'll be gone by the afternoon.
I just cannot believe how cold it has been.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not been fun.
I mean, oh my goodness. All right. Well,
Winter came early this year. But the good news is by the end of the week, we could have some middle to upper 40s. So there might be some decent weather coming this week.
Wow, 40. She did actually just say that.
I did. Yeah. So we're in it now. So what we've got going on this week, we've got a couple of different systems that we're going to be keeping an eye on. Tuesday night is our next time where I'm a little bit concerned that we could end up seeing some ice. But it doesn't look to be a huge issue because, again, it's going to fall during the overnight. So we're going to get started here from the beginning and take a look at what you can expect as everyone heads back to work and school. Snow ends today, this morning actually, and then some colder air is going to be diving in tonight. I mean, today is by no means going to be a warm day. Highs are only going to make it to about 30, but then tomorrow we may not get out of the 20s. So it is going to be a bit colder as we kick off that work week. However, the rest of the week is trending milder. We do have some systems coming through, though. There's a snow chance for Monday afternoon and evening. Might be a small impact to your evening commute. Just some, you know, like this morning, wet roads, might have some scattered coatings, might even see half an inch to an inch of accumulation on grassy surfaces, especially as you head into the hill towns on Monday afternoon. Then Tuesday night is when we have that chance for some freezing rain with a warm front that'll be lifting to the north. And during the overnight hours is when we're expecting the icy conditions. By Wednesday morning, we shouldn't have too much of an impact as you head out the door. It should go over to rain at that point. Right now it's 23 degrees, light snow still falling out there, but again, it's on its way out. This is a fairly quick moving system. Precipitation's been very light. It didn't even get started until just the last couple of hours, and it'll be gone very soon. You can see some partial clearing back toward Albany, so once the snow showers come to an end, cloudy skies will start to break up a little bit as the morning goes on. I wouldn't call it sunny this afternoon, but we may have some partial sunshine for at least a little while. Cloud cover is going to dominate overall in year 24, showing us reaching again about 30. We're back into the 20s by 4 p.m. Skies will stay partly cloudy to mostly clear the first part of the night, so it gets cold in a hurry. Temperatures should dip down into the teens and even a few upper single digits. But the cloud cover does come back for Monday. We're going to keep clouds all day. It'll be a dry morning. Temperatures, again, stuck in the 20s all day. Then we've got some snow coming in for the afternoon and evening. Scattered at first, but you can see it looks like maybe a steadier snow toward the tail end of that evening commute. So roads could definitely get a little bit slick, and we may get some minor accumulation. But again, I'm not expecting over an inch until you get to the hills. Northern Berkshire County might pick up around an inch of snow. I would say a half inch is most likely for the rest of us. Monday's temperatures, mid to upper 20s, cloudy skies with snow showers for the afternoon. Then we head into Tuesday, and temperatures actually come back above freezing. Looks like some middle to upper 30s expected. We'll have mostly cloudy skies again throughout the day, and the wet weather should hold off until Tuesday night. So the majority of the day is looking dry. Now, this is Tuesday evening at 7 p.m. Just some spotty showers trying to come in, but then a period of freezing rain, especially across the higher terrain. But I wouldn't be surprised if we see a few hours of freezing rain showers in the valley. By Wednesday morning, we should be warm enough to be all rain. So icing should be limited to the overnight, but that's something you're going to want to keep an eye on. We could see a couple of advisories get issued. So Tuesday, there's the potential for a first alert weather day, but again, it's the Tuesday night time frame we're watching. Wednesday, a few early showers, low 40s. Thursday, our pick of the week, mid 40s and some sun. Not even a lot of wind to deal with. Friday, we're in the 40s as well. Evening showers, which could last into the first part of next weekend. Susan, we'll send things back to you.